Live from Los Angeles, this is Dr. Erin. I am so excited about today. If you're somebody who is ready to make money online or ready to break through the frustration of being an entrepreneur, today's interview is going to be one that you want to listen to. But before I interview and announce this incredible woman, I just want to say that we recognize that there's a lot of people out there that do not even have money to put food on the table, and we are with you in our heart, in our mind, in our spirit, and we really believe that the people that can make money right now, it is an honor to help and do of service and help people make a difference in the world. So Niyc Pidgeon is here today. Niyc Pidgeon is a top sales, she's a master, she's an expert. She's been dealing in the positive psychology world for years. She's had awards, most outstanding positive psychologist in 2018. She is a dear friend of mine. We've worked together for years and collaborated. She works with entrepreneurs across the globe, helping them become the highest version of themselves, helping them monetize, which is so important for the women out there. Hello, my girlfriend. How are you?
Hello, good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm super good. So Niyc Pidgeon has also spoken on stage with people like Brendan Burchard in front of thousands of entrepreneurs. You've been featured in top magazines, Women Health, Psychology Magazine, Marie Claire, all over the place. Tell us a little bit more about, I'm probably not doing you full of the titles that you have. What are your actual titles? You've got all these different titles that I don't even know how to pronounce. So tell us about what those are.
So, in terms of my my master's degree qualification, that's an MSc in positive psychology, and then I have my psychological accreditations with the International Positive Psychology Association. I'm a twice certified high performance and success coach, and then an award-winning best-selling Hay House author. So it's a little bit of a mouthful.
You are. I have your book right here. That's right. So we're going to break this on down. I think it's really important right now for the people that are going, okay, how in the world do we do this? How do we go online? How do we make money? And I think that there are so many people that are getting stuck in trying to do too much social media and not actually having efficiency and actually making sales. And I know that you've been doing this for a long time. You've helped many women get to multiple six figures and even seven figures and things like that. So I want to break on down what are the do's and don'ts of sales. Let's give some great strong tactics for people to take away today so they can actually go, yeah, this is a waste of my time over here, and this is where I need to focus my time. So tell us a little bit about the do's and don'ts of sales.
Okay, awesome. So this is literally like my jam. This is what I love to teach on. So in our company, we've made multiple millions of dollars in sales. And when I look at how we've done that, we've literally done it across the board, online, from sales pages, email sequences, from the stage, on the phone. So some of the things that I want to share are going to help people no matter which medium they're selling on. The first thing that we need to do is to remember that when you're making a sale, it's not just about that specific sales conversation. It's not just about being on the phone or being in the one-on-one meeting and being in that like position where you're actually taking money. Sales starts way before that. So if you want to think about sales as like a sequence, it's like a dance. And we talk about before you actually make the sale, you have to build some trust first. So the way that I teach this is through a value sales sequence. So if you remember this and you think about 3 touch points that give value first, and then asking for the sale. And when you ask for the sale, you need to ask multiple times. So you mentioned before, like a lot of people are doing social media, but they're not actually making a call to action. Mm-hmm. So we need to make sure you're thinking about social media, you give 3 value pieces. One of the most powerful ways to do this is on live video. So think about if you want to sell something, which 3 live videos can you share first? And then take it a step further. So don't just share the live, but actually ask the people that you know. So friends, peers, maybe people you're in a group coaching program with, people that you're in a mastermind with, to then go onto your live video and social proof it. So what this is doing is it's actually shifting the psychology of the people who are watching your live videos, and it's encouraging them to take the action that you're asking them to take at the end of the live. Right. So you're giving awesome value on a live video. You're then asking them, you maybe send them to a PayPal link, you're sending them to download a freebie, you are asking them to apply or buy your program. They then see that there's a ton of other people that have social proof, so who have commented, liked, who shared. So now their psychology is, okay, so other people like this, so I'm going to like it too. Other people have commented, so I'm going to comment too. Other people are buying, so I now have this sense of fear of missing out. So I'm going to go on, I'm going to click, I'm going to apply, and I'm going to buy too.
It sounds pretty complex, and it took me years and years to kind of get the gist of it because there's so many moving parts. It's not like old school, say, like real estate, where someone just needs a home and they go out and they shop for a home. We're selling things that are dreams. We're selling things that are, very complex. You're selling everything from, a lifestyle to, having their dream and their message get out to the world, right? So I think that there's so much to it. And so somebody out there, of course, that, let's just pretend, they do not have a big social following. Is there something that they can do that would be the do's and don'ts that they can begin to have sales straight away? And we want to make the preface that sales is not some old cheesy manipulating thing. Sales, and I know Nick really believes in this, she teach a soul-based sales. It's really like when you have the shift of understand what sales are, it's no longer something about getting something, it's about helping somebody commit to their own dreams and helping them get clarity on that and then helping them commit to that. But back to that, if somebody does not have a big social media following, and they're not able to engage with a bunch of people to take them to a swipe up or something on Instagram, what are the primary things that you would say are the biggest ways that someone could start doing sales without a big following?
So when I started my company, I did not have a big following. So I made my first $100,000 from a mailing list of 580 people. So my recommendation is that you go where the energy is already and you do what you're an expert in. You reach out to personal contacts, you build relationships first, and you actually start to sell something one-on-one rather than trying to sell something that is group focused or needs a lot of sales for you to make the income that you desire. So this is why I teach primarily that high ticket strategy comes first, because it's easier to sell to one than it is to sell to many. You also need to be mindful of what actually is the offer. So what is the promise of the thing that you're selling? So you're very right in saying that we are supporting people in creating their dreams. So you need to get clear as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as somebody who wants to make money online, what is the problem that you solve for someone? Why do they actually need your help right now? And what is the result or the vision that you're actually moving them towards when they buy your product or service? And then how can you clearly communicate that? So it's not just about you knowing, it's about you helping your audience understand that you understand them.
Right. And that's, I would say, the biggest thing that you taught me, because I do look to you a lot for, huge sale tactics, because you've spent, who knows how many hundreds of thousands of dollars, as we all have, on our own development and learn from masters around. We all collaborate together, right? But the primary thing that you taught me that has changed my life, and really that I teach in Society as well, is that nail and scale where you do a gradient. Because I remember years back promoting a course and not being able to get people into it, and realizing that it's really about mastering the one-on-ones and a gradient. And we teach that as universal law, that we don't run before we crawl, that teaching that one-on-one is great for so many ways. One, that we actually develop our framework, we get the transformation that we really want for our clients, and then we also build up people seeing that we're working with people, and then we can create a course or a membership or whatever it is. So one of the biggest things you taught me, which I'm so grateful for, which has helped, I mean, I can't even imagine how many women that's helped now, because I teach that as well. So it's really amazing what you've done. So what happens? So okay, so someone's with a one-on-one. So how would they do that? Would they do that through an ad through Facebook? Would they do that through Instagram? What is your highest recommendation for them?
You don't need to spend money on ads when you start to actually be making sales. It's a big misconception. And most of our women entrepreneurs that come to work in our programs, the ones that want to make six figures, for example, they do that with complete organic marketing. So really, it's about getting clear on what your promise is. And I teach a 3-step sales method called the trust triangle, which is all about building trust first, so people understand what it is you do, how it is you can help them. You build your credibility, you might share your expertise, those titles that you shared for me at the start of this interview. You get testimonials from a small number of people, or character references from people that have already had some experience of working with you or collaborating with you. And you start to leverage every step of the way. So you build the trust first, you then have a promise to deliver something and to solve a problem, create a result. And then you have to go and over deliver. So deliver with excellence, make sure that you are doing good work, make sure that you're creating client results, make sure that you're making a difference, and then go and leverage that to make your next sale. So it's really about, and this, it comes into your business model as well. So it's not just the actual sale itself, but one-on-one, do that really well first. Do that with one person. Make a personal reach out to somebody who you see fits your ideal client avatar. Drop them a DM on Instagram. I have a proven sales script that I give away for free for people to support them with those conversations. And it comes down
so that's an important conversation that you just said, because you said, which is, I think some people kind of miss, is the freebie part of it before, or because sometimes it's like giving value, not just on social media, but giving them something to have them get into your email campaigns or whatever that is. I think it's an important point for people.
So do you want me, should I walk through the steps?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you and I, we know this so well, but we take it for granted. Like people are out there like, now what did they say and what's the next step? Like we need to give them a step by step thing, because people get so overwhelmed. They're like, how do I do this? There's so much to it. So yeah, walk us through step by step. Take them straight through it.
There is a lot to it. And one thing I will say, like I'll share the step by step of the whole sequence. I would set it up and I would master step 1 first and then add step 2, and then master step 2 and add step 3. Because if you try and set up the 10-step system, you now have a lot of opportunity for leaks and weak links. So the way that we want to do it, so I've mentioned showing up and giving free value first. So this is where your content marketing comes in. So you need to be showing up on social media and giving things away for free, in terms of you're getting on other people's podcasts, you are sharing written content, quotes, you are sharing pre-recorded videos, live video. So you're getting in front of your audience as much as possible to build that know, like, and trust factor and develop raving fans. You're then looking at how can you bring your people from being followers or being members in your audience or your community to actually bring them closer into the inner circle. So how can you bring them from the front end of your business to the back end of the business? And the way that you do this is by creating a place where they can opt in with their email and their name. So you see this so much. It's like very, very common now. So we give someone our email address. We're then inside their mailing list. We're inside their inner circle. And what that allows us to do as coaches or as business owners, people who've got a product and a service, is to start to make offers. So the initial offer that you make is a free one. So it's a free masterclass training or a free challenge. It's a free video series, or it might be a free PDF planner checklist. You see these things all of the time. So the aim here is really to give so much value up front that the people that are downloading your free thing are like, oh my goodness, Dr. Erin just completely blew me away with that free thing that she shared. So now I feel like I can trust her. I understand what it is she offers. And it means when she makes me a paid offer, I'm way more likely to buy that thing than I would have been if I didn't have a sample of what it was like to work with her already. So now someone's on your mailing list, they're within what we call a funnel. So a landing page where they've downloaded a free thing, which then allows us to show them different offers. Now we can then show them a paid offer, for example. It might be a buy or it might be an apply. So it might be buy this thing, it's really awesome, here's the deal on it, you're going to get a savings today. Or it might be apply for a call. So apply for a call with Dr. Erin or one of her team. You can get on the phone, you can find out more about how she can support you. We can see if it's a good fit to work together. And that's how I built my business when I started out.
Right.
So I built my business literally from growing mailing lists and then selling on the back end. So getting people on the phone, understanding what their struggles were, and then really positioning our programs as a solution to those problems. After you've done that, the next step, you've got another opportunity to sell through your email sequence. So you can then deliver emails to your people on a mailing list, and you can email them every day.
Right.
You can email them every week and make
It's
them an offer
amazing.
again and again and again.
You know, we've been doing this now for years, and I agree. I mean, we did a multiple six-figure business off of zero ads, zero ads. But we now, I mean, our freebies, we used to give little teeny things. Now we give like a whole community. We have like Inner Circle where we give away so much content. It's crazy. We have like all the ambassador gives support calls for free. Like they're getting what should be hundreds of dollars every month, thousands of dollars, quite frankly, for free. So I think the point is, like Nick's saying, is that we care, and we're here to make a difference. And if you really, really care and you believe in your product, then sometimes you give it away to some people, and some people want to pay a high ticket, and we have to understand that we're serving that whole community. And I know you do that, like for your book. Someone can buy just a book, or they can go into a really high-end program with you. And I think that that's the beautiful thing when you get to where you are, where you help people really master their sales and their mindset and positive psychology, that there's something for everyone. But if they want to follow you, no matter where their income is, they're able to have a part of you.
Yeah, there's something for everybody at every step of the journey. And again, like, you don't have to do this all at once. I actually made the mistake of trying to launch like 11 programs at once and trying to optimize them all at once. And it meant that like some of them weren't done to the best of my ability. So I really learned to scale back, to master one program, to really get good at the delivery of that program, and then launch the next thing. Mm-hmm. So one thing I will say in terms of like a big don't of sales, don't just make one offer once. You have to assume that the people that are in your community, or the people that are making these buying decisions, are really busy, and they're also not fully educated about the thing that you're offering. So we as marketers have to remember that if we want people to buy our stuff, we have to really help them understand what it is that we're offering by telling them again and again and again. So rather than just showing up once on social media, show up every single day. Set yourself like a frame for your little mini launch that you're going to do. Right. So tell people for 3 to 5 days that you're doing a discovery session, you're opening up your calendar for discovery sessions. You'd love for people to apply, and they've got a deadline. So don't just make one offer, and don't forget to put a deadline on there. There's some crazy statistic. Like, we measured it. So the statistic is usually 80% of people will buy on the deadline. So I see so many women entrepreneurs saying, Nick, my launch has failed. I've only sold X amount of spots. But really, your launch isn't over until you hit that deadline. So if you give up before the deadline, you're actually missing out on so many sales. We tracked it recently on one launch, and 62.5% of people bought on the deadline.
It's no question, for sure. We just did a launch and did 40K in 14 days, and it was, I think, 3/4 of the sales were the last day. Yeah. It's like no joke. Amazing. Yeah. Incredible. Okay, so let's get into it. So you have a program also that you teach soul-based sales, which, one thing I love about you, and this is really a series I'm doing with incredible women in my life that are what I consider spiritually based entrepreneurs. That's my jam. Like, the girls in my life that are in my inner circle are soul-based. They're entrepreneurs, because I just love that conversation. I love hanging out with my girlfriends. We go for walks, whatever, and we end up talking about biz. We talk about, becoming the best version of ourselves. I know that we would do Kundalini together and all kinds of things. So what do you consider a soul-based sale?
So really, it comes down to, like, is this the right fit for the client? Like, can I see that this person really, truly needs this? And that's where, like, there's a lot of apprehension that I see especially within like women when they start to sell, and they start to sell on the phone, or they start to sell online, because you think that you're being pushy, or you don't want to come across as somebody who's forcing someone to buy something. And like, I totally agree. Like, we shouldn't force people to buy things, but actually you need to make sure that you are doing the best thing for the client. And in fact, if you're not selling your client your product, your service, your program, then you're doing them a disservice. Because if this person has, for example, got on the phone with you, or they've shared with you that they have this desire to create a change in their life, and you're not supporting them and encouraging them to break through the fear around that and to make a buying decision, to get into your program, where you know you've got a proven system, you've invested the time as a coach or as an entrepreneur or as a product developer to make sure that your thing works, then in fact, that person's then going to go and buy from someone else. And I'm sure that you're convinced that you can do it better than the other person. So actually, you need to take responsibility for taking care of that client and putting them into the program and making the sale, so that you know you can support them as much as possible and you can over deliver on that thing that you offer.
Totally. I mean, we've laughed about it. It's like, you're like, am I really a positive psychologist or am I in sales? And I was like, am I really a spiritual leader or I just do sales? But I think the big shift that that you've helped me through and we've really discussed is, I think of sales as service now. So I think of it whenever I'm like, oh, okay, we got to do this next promo or whatever it is. It's like, because we're making a difference in these people's lives, and we're not going to try and sell it to somebody that is not going to fulfill upon what they're truly trying to, do in their life. In fact, I'm just thrilled if someone doesn't align and I'm like, look, you're not ready for this. You're not committed. I'm not thrilled. I mean, I want them to be committed, but I'm thrilled that I don't want them to be in the program, because I know what that does. It hurts the whole community when somebody's not committed.
The energy, the culture,
totally.
And also like they don't feel good either if they're overwhelmed or they're not
so true. Progress. Okay, so the question today is, because we get Q&As that come in and things like that, and I want to just put this up here for 1 minute. How to make money online. So let's just pretend somebody is like, this sales can be a little overwhelming. I think for us, we get it. We've been doing this for a long time, and there's a whole system, and you clearly can go, you definitely can go Google the stuff, but there's a reason why people like us and like a lot of the top coaches, I don't think there's one top coach I know that didn't pay for other coaches and other programs and stuff like that. But if somebody's out there, what would you say, how to make money online? What would you say is the first step? What would you say for somebody making money online?
Definitely going into who is it that you're here to serve. So who is the client that you're here to serve? What is the problem that they have? What is the result that they want? And what can you create to bridge the gap? So that's always got to be step one, always, 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 because you're always communicating in terms of problem and also results. You then need to find a way to actually get paid. So I see so many people who show up ready to make a sale and then they don't have a way to actually take the money. So PayPal, you can create a payment link. You can create a button within your PayPal business account. You can set up a Stripe account. So a way for somebody to send you money digitally, and you can literally do that instantly. It takes a couple of minutes. We had a client that I shared this with on a Zoom coaching call on a Friday. And I said, jump on Facebook Live, make your your PayPal link and share them on your Facebook Live. And she literally made multiple 5 figures from that one Facebook Live.
Amazing,
but she wouldn't have done it unless she'd had those PayPal links ready.
Ask for the sale, as they say, right? Which is so important, because like you've taught me that multiple times where I'm like, oh, you're like, people need this right now. What are you doing? Like, it's like, oh yeah, like it's not, and you still like constantly are like getting back to that. This is about serving. This is about, sales are not about getting something. It's really about giving something. It's about getting them committed, for sure. So what would you say are some questions people could ask themselves as far as how committed they are? Because the thing I found is you can have every sales tactic under the sun. Someone can tell you exactly what to do on social media. But if you're not truly committed, because that's really the primary work, it's funny that you say the first thing is to get clear of what your message is, and that's really what we do in Soul Society, is to birth the purpose, birth that passion. I think that your client a lot you deal with a lot of women that are already like way into their careers. I'm dealing with people that are trying to figure out a lot. They're trying to really get clear of what their purpose and calling is, and taking them in the kind of first steps along the way of launching and scaling online. Whereas you're working a lot with bigger and bigger, names and companies. And even, what would you say for someone that to get committed? What would you say?
Why do you want it? Why do you want it? Like, it's a very basic question, but it's actually something that's so powerful, and you can drill it down to when you're getting up in the morning and you're planning your day. What are your priority activities that are going to generate revenue and make sales? What do you need to be doing? And how can you literally write down beside those priority goals why it is you're doing this? So that might come down to, for example, we have big missions, big like purpose and meaning around the work that we do. It also might be something that's smaller and more tangible. So it might be that you break down your financial goal into what you're going to use that money for and why it's important to you. So let's say you want to make an extra $10,000 this month. What are you going to use that for? Is it because you want to save a certain percentage so that you feel more stable and more secure during changing times? Is it that you want to invest in a new laptop so you're supported by the best possible technology? Is it that you have a desire to up-level your learning and you actually want to grow so much more, which allows you to make the choice to invest in a coach or an online course, which then allows you to serve people more powerfully in the world? So when you attach those why reasons to the big picture, but also to the daily to-dos, it really helps you stay motivated towards your goals, really keeps you on track.
So true. And hence, that's why she has a book on positive psychology, right? I mean, so important. So I want to say thank you. I love you, obviously. You're one of my dearest friends, and you have really impacted my life in so many ways around just love and friendship, but also in business sense. You know, you're a major leader for all the women out there in particular, and I just am, there's just anyone that has you in their life is blessed. So tell people about how they can work with you, what you've got going on right now.
So our flagship program is the Unstoppable Success Accelerator. We've had that for a good 4 years or something now. And that is a 12-month business and mindset coaching program for women entrepreneurs, coaches who want to grow their business to 6 figures. So it's really for a woman who's got a great attitude, somebody who's really excited about their goals and is committed to doing the work. That's really like one of my favorite programs that we have. It includes a retreat in Los Angeles. It's got group coaching from me, from our Unstoppable leadership team. You feature in there. So I'm super grateful for you supporting all of our ladies with their subconscious work as well. And it's really proven to get results. So you can see that on my Instagram highlights. We also have it all on our website as well.
Amazing. Yep. So if you're somebody that really is looking to go to the next level, Niyc is an incredible teacher around all that. And she's got other teachers in the program as well that teach. I'm one of them. So so let's do a little prayer, because we always like to do a little prayer together. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and just exhaling out. I recognize for all the women and men out there, I recognize that it's our birthright for prosperity. And I recognize in this time of uncertainty, this time of this pandemic, this time of lockdown, that there's something in all of us that's being shifted and reborn. And I recognize that it's really all for us to align to our oneness and our greatness and our goodness. And in that, there is this thing called online that helps us connect globally and helps us impact each other. And I recognize that you have a voice and a message and a gift to bring to the world. And I recognize right now, right here, there is everything that you need, whether it be through Niyc, whether it be through society, whether it be through whatever. There are all answers. There's community, there's support. I simply know that it is done. Your success, whatever your deepest desires are, your destiny. As together we say, and so it is. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so honored. I love my girlfriends. It's one of the best parts of my entire life is having incredible women. So again, if you are first streaming in today, I'm Dr. Erin. We do lives Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. PST, noon Eastern Standard Time, and we really showcase soul-based teachers, from entrepreneurs to people teaching sales to teaching all the different areas of it. So you don't want to miss this. It's all about getting your mind right every single day and growing, becoming the best version of yourself. There's so many people that have done so much work to get where they are, and it is important for you to just keep moving up. We help each other. We are all teachers and we are all students. So have a beautiful, blessed day, and may you know the truth. You can pick up Niyc's book. Now is your chance, across all platforms. Okay, you guys, have a beautiful day, and may you live your truth.